Armstrong, Cab Calloway, and Ma Rainey made possible the music of Prince, Alicia Keys, and Bob Dylan. Beyond the history lesson, though, Kareem offers an intimate account of how the Harlem Renaissance affected him personally and helped shape the kind of man he has become. He details how the values, accomplishments, and dreams of those giants of the Harlem Renaissance influenced his own values, motivated his own accomplishments, and still guide his dreams for his future and the future of his community. In other words, Kareem shows us why we should feel gratitude and humility. Introduction: Our future or our fate. Our youth can be our fate or our future. If young people embrace black culture, ground themselves in it, and feel compelled to continue the legacy, then they are our future. But if they turn their backs on their blackness, if they have contempt for their fathers and mothers, if they do nothing but engage in self-congratulatory narratives and music about themselves and imagine that they are actually any threat to this society or that they have any future in it simply by talking negative, then they are not our future. They are our fate. Scholar, co-organizer of the Million Man March, and Kwanzaa founder Ron Karenga, quoted in Bakari Kitwana's The Hip-Hop Generation. A reporter once asked me, "If you hadn't become a professional basketball player, what other profession would you have chosen?" I'll never forget the shocked look on his face when I answered, "A history teacher." Yes, you heard right, a history teacher. My interest in history isn't idle curiosity about who inflicted what bloody atrocity on whom. That's merely sordid gossip about the dead. To me, history is a living roadmap that allows us to see where others have been, what mistakes they've made, and how we can avoid those same mistakes ourselves. Even better, we also see what others have done well and can embrace their triumphs. We can let their accomplishments inspire us to be greater. We do that same thing with members of our family, avoiding mistakes our parents made, following in professions in which they've been successful. So for me, history is like my extended family. Aunt Harriet Tubman, Uncle Frederick Douglass, cousin Miles Davis. Sir Isaac Newton, one of history's most significant scientists, put his own world-changing accomplishments in a modest perspective when he wrote, "If I have seen further than other men, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants." Now, because I stand 7 feet 2 inches, most people probably think I can see just fine without standing on anyone's shoulders. They'd be wrong. My height is a matter of genetics. Can't take any credit there. But who I am, how I see the world, and what impact I want to have on others in my community, that all comes from my heart and brain. And what my heart feels and my brain thinks have been shaped by the many giants in my life. Most people can point to the important giants who helped influence their development. Usually it's parents, grandparents, teachers, and religious leaders. Same thing holds true for me. My father taught me to have passion for jazz and basketball, and my mother taught me to have compassion for others. And because I've always had a keen interest in history, I've had the additional advantage of a whole range of giants from the past. Their thoughts, their accomplishments, and even their mistakes have helped me choose the paths I've walked in my life. Dr. Carter Goodwin Woodson, known as the father of black history, once said, "Those who have no record of what their forebears have accomplished lose the inspiration which comes from the teaching of biography and history." One time and place in history provided a powerful inspiration to me. Between 1920 and 1940, in the Harlem section of New York City, some of this country's greatest artists, musicians, writers, actors, and athletes were engaged in a cultural revolution that would change America forever. This time was called the Harlem